Hello, and we're back. We're going to be doing some cultist hunting again. Try to get this out of the way with. I can get you guys when we're loaded up and all that good stuff. And we are back in the garden doing our thing. Let's see. They're just shooting at the walls at each other. I've seen him do it. He ain't doing shit. He ain't doing shit. Until you see how used up it is, and you're like, God damn, I don't want nothing to do with that one. Fucking did grab my backpack back here. Blew his pecker off. Ooh. I'll take this. It's for the labyrinth. My supply drop. Pretty happy with that. Much easier to carry. Yeah. We're gonna go hunt these weirdos down. Oh. think I got them all. Hit him with that Dr. Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated bullshit. Not that my stash isn't full enough. We'll do switch out some couple of old ones, make some money. I'll come back to you guys in 1 second. Hey everyone, I just wanted to let you know that, you know, it's a little bit of a shorter one, but I'm pretty exhausted. I got work tomorrow, so I'm gonna go and sign off. I'm like one dog tag away from getting another junk container. Oh, I got some other stuff still yet to do in real life, as well as, you know, getting close to getting a couple of things accomplished here. At least built up enough to where I feel like, I don't know, maybe I could take on some of these other goals in here, as well as like play some other games as well. I've been pretty pretty hooked about it. But you've got like fucking, what is it, 2,490 hours. I feel like I have more for real. Yeah, I do like doing that. I do like killing people. Killing video game people, should I say. Well, I suppose I did do this now. Oh. Because you don't freaking love me. On TV. What the fuck? Had me kind of tripping there for a minute. Alright, I gotta get off here. Alright, good night.